This video will show you the best starting location with proper resources, as well as how to organize your village and villagers for early game success. We'll finish by getting our first farm up quickly, just after that first blood moon on day 3. Make sure to stay to the end of this video, as I'll blow your mind with the revelation of how everyone is playing this game wrong. First, we're looking for 3 basic settlement needs: an unexplored cave to mine some iron, nearby ocean for fish and thatch, hunting of deer and wolves for meat and hides. After those 3 basic needs are met within that general area, you're going to look for some specific building location, which will have fir and birch trees, fairly flat land, several water collectors. Now, you don't need everything on this list, but the closer these items are for you and your villagers, the less they'll have to travel. Remember, this ain't flippin' Valheim. Let's get started. All right, here we go. As soon as we jump in, we're going to grab these Jotun stones here. We're going to go here. We're going to press T to grab multiples. There you go, just like that. T. Go. We're going to look for regular stones. They should be like this. Press the Z or the Z to go ahead and kind of see where resources are located. Our goal getting off of the beach is going to be for about 15 to 20 stones, and then we're going to start looking for other resources. You can get fibers from these reeds, however, it's very inefficient. If you see some of these mussels, you can go ahead and grab them. It's a good early food. Usually underneath these trees, you're going to find some stones. These little wispy guys here. When you press your Z button, they'll turn red. That means they're aggressive, means they'll actually attack you. You can kind of dodge them. You can roll out of their way. You can definitely run faster than them. So I would suggest just don't even bother fighting them. I don't want to waste time fighting them. I want to get off the beach. I know a lot of people live their lives to go to the beach, but me, I'm just ready to get off the beach. We should have about 15 or so stones at this point. Gathering primarily flax and sticks. If we happen to see some bird nests, fallen bird's nest, then we'll go ahead and gather that up too, because we're going to need some feathers for our arrows. But our primary focus is on flax and sticks. We want about 20 of each resource. That's going to get us all that we need for our opening tools. And if we look in the upper right corner, we're going to see our time is about 1:30 in the afternoon. Oh, I heard deer. One of our key indicators that we're looking for a good location. Let's start making our tools. First of all, we're going to go here with stone blades, and we're going to make some ropes. Now we're going to make one of each tool. There we go. Let's make a bow, make some arrows, and now we're all ready. Let's move this over here. Let's move this over here. That's just where I normally like to keep all of my tools. At this point, once we've made all of our tools, we're looking for a good base location at this point. On our way, we're going to be finding the dwarf spruce. We're going to get some more branches. We're going to get some more fiber. And we're looking for the blue stones, which are Jotun stones. On our way, we're going to press the R button at the water collector. That's going to refill our canteen. The next water collector we find, we're going to actually drink from. We can also get some berries. Berries, when you eat those, going to get a little bit of water from. We don't need the berry seeds right now. Now, as we find a Jotun stone, let's go ahead and mine it. So the Jotun stone's going to give us the Jotun stones that we can use to call in and summon in some new villagers. The other thing it's going to give us is it's going to give us large stones, which we really don't have any use for right now. It's also going to give us more small stones that we can use for either building, crafting, whatever. So we're doing real good. We got all of our tools. We've got a few Jotun stones. Hopefully, if we can get the right number from 2 of these, we'll have enough to summon in our first 2 villagers. A lot of times next to deer, you're going to see wolves, so you got to be careful with that. All right, it's going to start getting dark soon. It is 6 o'clock on the very first day. Here is a cemetery or something. All right, when you see these guys, just run away. Oh, look, here we go. This is what we want. Here's an unexplored cave. This is a perfect place to call home. We've got deer. We've got a cave. There's probably going to be some wolves nearby. All right, so let's drop our campfire. Where are we going to drop our campfire? The cave over there. Let's go a ways away from it. Right here looks good. Let's drop our campfire. A simple campfire will do. There it is. All right, we should have all of our resources. Look at that. Now let's upgrade it. There we go. We got all our resources for that. There we go. Nice. Now that we've got that upgraded, we can add the cover on it. Once we've upgraded our campfire, that gives us the opportunity to build a shelter. This looks like a good spot right here. Let's pin the recipe so we know what all resources we need for it. First of all, we have to level out this ground just a little bit for it. There we go. Now to tell us what we need. We're going to need a lot of long sticks. We're going to need a lot of wood. So let's go ahead and cut down a few of these young fir trees. For this opening stage, you're going to need about 5 to 6 of these young fir trees cut down. We're just going to cut down a couple, maybe 3 right now. 9 p.m. on the first day. We're doing good on timing. Let's go ahead and grab these sticks. We'll use them here in a minute. Let's put this right there in the shelter. Let's grab this in the shelter. All right, let's put everything in here. And we need a long stick. Look at that. Like that. Build that. How about that? Now we're going to need some bark. We should have a little bit of bark here. Look, there's enough bark. All right, now we can build our Eye of Odin, which is going to help us summon in and spawn in some other villagers. Maybe right here will be fine. All right, what do we need for this? Let's pin the recipe and then we'll know. Look at that, 1 a.m. on the first day, and we're getting the Eye of Odin done. Come on. What? Where the flip did it go? Okay, maybe 2 a.m. There we go. Now we can summon in that first villager. 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got a feeble logger and a rain dancer. No. We got a wind rider and a stout constitution. It looks like it's going to be Olga. There we go. Once you start summoning in villagers, your job kind of changes slightly from being a survival crafting to more of a village manager. Your goal now is going to be shifting to laying down blueprints and making sure that your NPCs have all the resources they need to fulfill those blueprints. So we're gonna need about 5 to 6 of these fir trees knocked down. Oh, shut the flip up. I will cut down these young firs and then I leave them on the ground because the villagers will take them and they will start building everything you have a blueprint for as soon as they spawn in. Let's go back to our cave. Where was our cave at? Our cave's over there. So directly across from our cave, we want our woodcutter. Let's kind of go back behind these birch trees. Maybe right in here, if it'll fit. Perfect. It'll fit perfect. Now our stone cutter, we want to go just a little bit closer to the center a bit. All right, that's not too good. All right, that works right there. Again, you don't have to be exact on where you're placing these because you can actually move all these buildings free of charge later. Put a gather hut a little bit off this way. There you go. There's your blueprints. All right, so after you've got those blueprints down, let's go ahead and lay the blueprint down for our rain collector because we need to get that going. We'll put that over here by the campfire just for the fun of it. There you go. Let's pin that one because that's a priority. Let's do that. Let's do that. Oh no! Ah, flip, I broke a stick. Let's continue on with young firs. Villager is coming in 5 minutes. Day 1, we have survived. All right, we're needing some water. So we do have water in our canteen, so we'll drink that. 4 minutes till the next villager spawns in. Let's make sure that we have 5 Jotun stones. We only have 4, so we need to get more Jotun stones. There we go. We want 5 when this guy spawns in. Let me gather this, get some rope. We're going to need rope here very soon. Next thing that we're going to want to do is get another house for our next villager. And in order to help us know where all of our buildings are going to go, once you build the rain collector, then you can build the wells. Interesting thing about this is as you scan around the ground, when you find one, it'll actually lock in. There it is right there. And then if you press L, the last building that you worked on will actually pop back up. There's one right there. Again. There's one. There we go. So which one is a priority? As we look at all this stuff, which one is a priority? Probably the one either by the houses or by, this is going to be kind of a cooking area probably out here. So we could probably do this one right here. So pin that recipe there. Pin this recipe. Gather hut and the woodcutter hut. First before the stone. All right. Olga is now here. We're going to put Olga in the house. She's homeless. There we go. If we press tab, we can check out Olga's stats. Olga is good at skinning and crafting. We don't need that right now. She's stone clumsy, wind rider, wildling, and a craftsman. That's good to have, but not right now. So nothing about her schedule. So with the schedule, we want to have a couple hours either way of leisure time, and then we'll add one more leisure hour there. Olga will continue to build stuff. We're going to summon in our next villager, and let's go ahead and work on these. We're going to actually have to make us another pickaxe and another stone axe. She's got the water well going. She'll start terraforming that other place, pin the other 2 building recipes, and also drop the blueprints down for another hut. Again, at this stage in the game, our job is to drop the blueprints and manage the blueprints, and then they will actually build the stuff. Keep summoning in villagers as fast as you can. Provide them with housing, provide them with the tools that they need to get the job done. We're going to have to provide the ropes. That needs to be a focus for us, is gathering flax, making ropes. If we just leave these stones there, the villagers will actually find them as they're trying to build these things. Now, they can't continue on with this other building until we get the ropes in there. So let's continue to add the ropes into everything. This one. Now, I could build that, or I could wait for them to build it. Let's go ahead and add another hut or 2. And the huts will actually wind up moving eventually. Let the villagers work on these. In this. In this. That's 5 buildings pinned. Now, if we build this, there we go. Done. So now we went from 5 buildings that need to be built to 3 buildings that need to be built. And they're doing most of the work for us. Isn't that cool? Where is this? All right, now we're ready for our barbecue. Let's add the barbecue on this so we can start cooking. The flax seeds, we can now put stuff at the gather hut. We can put some materials in here. The seeds, the feathers. So somewhere about this point, you get a couple or 3 villagers, you're going to actually have to focus a little bit on cooking just so that they have a little bit better food. Otherwise, they're going to grab all the berries. They're going to grab the things that you have in the gather hut. Now that you get a second villager, it's best if you can assign one of them to either the gather hut or the woodcutter's hut. Let's take a look at Olaf. Olaf is wood harvest. There it is. We're going to put him to work there. All right, so he is definitely a woodsman. Do the same thing with the schedule. Let's put him actually 5 and 6 a.m. work there, so he's a little bit earlier. And then let's put that there. Let's apply that. Let's put him in the wood cutting area. He's going to be our woodsman. So he's going to start cutting some wood for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Ella, who has nighttime and bear power. I prefer the nighttime people. Again, at this point in the game, we are primarily dropping blueprints. We're primarily gathering the flax until we get a gatherer. And we want to get Jotun stones to be able to spawn in more villagers as fast as we can. Now, our builders will not chop down the trees, so it's important for us to chop down some young firs. And then once we chop down the young firs, we want to go ahead and finish chopping them so that the wood is lying on the ground. The builders will then get the wood and start building stuff with it. And then we'll give him a house, so he'll be happy. There you go. Let's go ahead and cook off this food so when our guys get awake, they'll have some food. Now that we have all 3 buildings done, woodcutter, our stone cutter, and our gathering hut, we will actually be able to build our tool workshop. And then we've got 5 minutes for the next villager. Whoa. That water is really close. I could have very well destroyed that. Oh, flip. All right, there's that. Let's let them build that when they wake up. We'll also knock down a couple young fir trees. And we got to get searching for some more Jotun stones. There's one right here. My axe is about to break, so I know his axe will probably break soon. So we got to plan on that. Let's make another axe. And then when he comes and asks us for an axe, day 2, we've survived. Pinned up there in the left-hand corner, we see that we need some rope on one of those buildings, so we're going to have to do that ourselves. Villagers can't access the rope until we get the tool workshop. We got 18 seconds for that villager. Flip, we only have 4 Jotun stones. Flip, 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 flip. Let's go ahead and get this rope in here so this can get done. There you go. We'll let them hammer it in. I saw one over here. Ella. Oh, a rocker. And a nighttime person. So it looks like our 3 gathering places are done. So now we can actually build our tool workshop. Let's spawn in our next person. Let's go. What do we got? We got Jasper, who's steadfast and a blossom tender. We got a forager. We do need a forager, don't we? Ella has stone harvesting. Ella is also nocturnal, bear power, soggy, winter huntsman, and a rocker. Let's put Ella on nighttime. So let's put her to sleep right now. From 9 p.m. till 6 a.m. 2 hours of leisure before, 2 hours of leisure after. And then we'll put Ella on the stone. And we need to get our tool workshop up. All right, so as we look at our cave is going to be right over here, which is actually going to come out this way. All right, so we want that to come into our bloomery and our blacksmithing area. So our blacksmithing is going to be tied into our bloomery. Probably put maybe coal and bloomery somewhere over here. And then our woodcutter's hut is over there. Woodcutter is off that way. There we go. Let's pin this recipe so they work on that. And then we need to look for more Jotun stones. We only got 4 minutes left. We're going to need another shelter going up also for the next new person. Kara has gathering, and let's put them to use here. And now we have a gatherer. All right, we've got a winter huntsman and a resilient surge. We've got summer angler and this. So we're probably going to be needing a huntsman soon. Oh, we could do that. We need that tool workshop up, and we're going to start thinking about where our farm is going. Now, at the end of day 3, we're going to be having a blood moon. So we need to make sure we have a bow and arrow ready, or a melee weapon, whatever our choice is going to be for fighting. We can usually handle the very first blood moon by ourselves. And once we get our tool workshop built, then we can cut down these larger fir trees. All right, I don't necessarily have to build all this. I don't have to build the tool workshop myself. As long as I have these resources here, they'll find them, or they'll go over to the woodcutter's place and find them. Smokers. Oh no. No. All right, so with the smokers, protect the gathering hut, because they'll take your food. That's our biggest worry. We could actually take all the food out while they're coming in. Go ahead and light the fire. We'll cook off some food. So we're going to put a pause on bringing in new people until we get everything else situated. Ulf is melee. Nice. All right. Resilient, steadfast, stone clumsy, mighty vigor, and a huntsman. So now that the tool workshop is done, we need to upgrade our gather pit. We're going to upgrade this. That's a big priority there. Oh, we need a log. We need a big axe. Big axe time coming. Now let's go over by the gather hut and knock down some big trees. All right, big trees here. We do have a big axe also for our blood moon tonight. Let's get ready. Where are they coming from? They're coming from that way. So the other thing that you can do to kind of cheese the invasion spawners, here they come, is they will chase you. Flip. Especially if you attack them, is you can intentionally have them attack a sleeping villager. So your normal villagers will not attack them, and they'll just sleep through the night. If you come over here to where one is sleeping, there we go. There you go. Yeah, you come over here and actually bring them to the villagers. There it is. Like that. You don't have to fight these guys on your own, is the whole point. I think a kitchen right here could be good. And then build the farm. Farm is the priority. Let's pin this. Let's help them out with it. The farm's going to get us flax right away. We need some large stones. Getting very, very close. 6 a.m. on day 3. And there we have it. Look at that. Let's get her done. At the end of day 3, we now have our farm up and ready to go. So we've survived 3 days. We've now survived actually 4 days. We've gone through the first blood moon. We've survived that. We've got 5 villagers. We have our farm up. And now for that mind-blowing statement. ASKA is not a survival crafting game. It is a city builder with survival crafting elements. Many people say ASKA is the next Valheim. I even did the first few days. ASKA has as much similarities in Manor Lords as it does to Valheim. Remember what that great Viking Leafy Grandpa said. ASKA not what your villagers can do for you. ASKA what you can do for your villagers. If you made it to the end, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more Flippin' ASKA content.